Your soulmate saying, "I want to talk to you right now. It's very urgent, open this now." Don't scroll, pause right here, because if these words pulled you in instead of letting you pass by, this message is for you and your heart needs this right now more than you realize. Listen to this carefully. This isn't random, and it isn't coincidence. There is an emotional signal moving through the universe toward you at this exact moment, and it carries urgency not because something bad is happening, but because something honest can no longer be delayed. Stay till the end, because what you are about to hear is not about fear, it's about truth rising to the surface after being buried for far too long. Your soulmate has been holding something inside, something they replayed in their mind 100 times, something they almost said and then swallowed back down, and now the universe is stepping in because silence has reached its limit. Listen to this moment closely.
Take a deep breath.
You may have felt restless lately without knowing why.
Jesus is with you.
Maybe you've been checking your phone more often.
And before we begin,
maybe their name crossed your mind out of nowhere.
Our coffee partners.
Maybe you felt an emotional wave hit you at night when everything was quiet.
We are currently working toward a small
That wasn't
goal of
imagination.
$120 to keep this
That
ministry
was alignment
alive and to
activating.
continue spreading God's love with
That
better
was
quality.
two hearts sinking at a frequency words couldn't reach yet.
Speaking to you.
Don't scroll away from this
you.
truth.
You can support through the
When
link
a
in the
soulmate
description or
says,
comments.
"I need to talk
But
to
more
you
than
right
anything,
now,"
just
it's not
stay
about
here.
casual
Because
conversation.
maybe this message today
It's about a
is
realization
exactly what
that
your soul
arrived
has
too
been waiting
late to
for.
ignore and
Now,
too heavy to
let's
keep
hear what
carrying
God
alone.
wants to say to you today.
Your heart needs this reminder right now because you weren't wrong for sensing unfinished energy. You weren't stuck. You were connected. Listen to this carefully. The universe does not rush soulmates, but it does interrupt avoidance. There comes a moment when emotions stored in silence begin to press against the chest, when unspoken truth becomes louder than fear, and that moment has arrived. Your soulmate didn't wake up one morning and suddenly decide to reach out. This urgency was built over time. Through regret. Through comparison. Through moments where they tried to move on but realized no one else felt like home. Through moments where your absence taught them more than your presence ever could. Don't scroll, because this is important. The urgency isn't because they want comfort. It's because clarity finally found them. Listen to this moment. They are realizing that what they avoided wasn't conflict, it was vulnerability. What they ran from wasn't you, it was the version of themselves that loving you would require. And now, that version is knocking loudly. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you may be feeling conflicted too. Part of you feels calm, part of you feels alert. Part of you feels guarded, part of you feels curious. That's not confusion. That's discernment waking up. Listen to this carefully. Angel numbers appearing around you lately weren't random. 1111 when you felt a sudden pull toward the past. 222 when you tried to steady your emotions. 444 when you asked the universe for protection before opening your heart again. These were signals preparing you, not warning you. Don't scroll away from this knowing. This conversation, whether it happens today, tomorrow, or energetically first, is meant to bring truth into the open. Not necessarily reconciliation, not necessarily closure the way movies show it, but honesty. And honesty is healing whether it leads to reunion or release. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you don't need to fear truth anymore. You've grown. You're stronger. You're more grounded. Listen to this moment closely. The reason the message feels urgent is because timing matters now. Not for drama, but for alignment. There was a time when talking would have led to confusion, excuses, half-truths. But now, if they speak, it will come from awareness, not avoidance. And if they don't, the universe is still giving you the clarity you need to move forward without doubt. Don't scroll, because this is where destiny feels personal. This message didn't find everyone. It found you. Because you are ready to hear without losing yourself. You are ready to listen without abandoning your boundaries. You are ready to respond, or not respond, from a place of self-respect. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate's urgency does not obligate you. It informs you. It shows you that your presence mattered more than you were ever told. That your absence created space for realization. That your silence was heard even when words were not exchanged. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you were never insignificant in this story. You were central. Don't scroll away from this truth. The universe is not asking you to run back. It's asking you to stand still and feel what's real. To notice how your body reacts. To notice whether peace or anxiety rises when you imagine the conversation. That reaction is your compass now. Listen to this moment. Love that is meant for you will not rush you into confusion. It will meet you in clarity. And whatever comes next, whether it's a message, a call, a dream, or simply inner closure, it will arrive in a way that honors who you are now, not who you were when you were still trying to be chosen. Your heart needs this reminder right now because being wanted urgently is not the same as being chosen consistently. And you are learning the difference. Don't scroll, because this is the cliffhanger the universe wants you to sit with. Something is shifting. Something is preparing to be said. Something is reaching toward truth instead of hiding behind fear. And you don't need to chase it. You don't need to initiate it. You simply need to stay present, grounded, and open without expectation. Stay till the end of this feeling. Stay with yourself. Because whether this conversation happens in words or in energy, it is here to free you, not bind you. And if this message resonated, if it felt like it spoke directly to you instead of just sounding good, stay connected, like, share, and subscribe in this same aligned flow, because messages like this arrive when the universe knows you are ready to hear what your soul already sensed was coming. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what unfolds next is the layer beneath the urgency, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now even if you're trying to stay calm on the surface. Listen to this carefully. When a soulmate feels the need to talk urgently, it's never just about words. It's about pressure that's been building internally for a long time, pressure created by truths avoided, emotions postponed, and realizations that refuse to stay quiet. You may have felt this coming without understanding why. A subtle heaviness in your chest. A sudden memory surfacing at the wrong time. A dream that felt too real. That wasn't nostalgia. That was resonance. Two souls remembering each other at the same frequency. Stay till the end, because this part is where understanding replaces anxiety. Your soulmate didn't arrive at urgency overnight. They reached it through comparison, through loss, through moments where they tried to replace what they felt with distractions that never worked. They laughed with others but felt empty. They stayed busy but felt unsettled. They told themselves they were fine, but the universe kept reminding them of you in the quiet moments they couldn't escape. Don't scroll away from this truth. When someone says, "I need to talk to you right now," what they're really saying is, "I can't run from this anymore." Your heart needs this reminder right now because you were not forgotten, you were unresolved. Listen to this moment closely. The universe allows silence until silence becomes dishonest. And when honesty is delayed long enough, it turns into urgency. That's what you're feeling now. Not danger. Not chaos. Truth demanding air. You might notice your intuition feeling sharper lately, like you're sensing things before they happen. That's not anxiety. That's awareness, my child. I see your heart. I see what you feel in this moment. If you feel the urge to give, follow it without fear. Be a blessing today. And support this work through the link in the description. Awareness rises right before communication does. Don't scroll, because this is important. You are not being pulled backward. You are being positioned correctly. This message is not asking you to relive the past. It's asking you to meet the present with clarity. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate may be afraid too. Afraid of rejection. Afraid of saying too much or too late. Afraid that you've moved on. But fear doesn't cancel love. It delays expression. And now, delay has reached its breaking point. Your heart needs this reminder right now because urgency does not always mean instability. Sometimes it means courage finally outweighs fear. Listen to this moment. Angel numbers appearing around you recently weren't random. 1111 when you suddenly thought of them without pain. 222 when you were trying to balance logic and emotion. 333 when you felt guided to pause instead of react. These are signals that you are protected during this phase. Don't scroll away from this knowing. Whatever is about to be communicated is not here to shake you. It's here to clarify. And clarity doesn't always bring reunion, but it always brings relief. Listen to this carefully. You may be wondering if you should respond quickly, if you should prepare, if you should guard yourself. Your heart needs this reminder right now, you don't need to do anything yet. Presence is enough. Awareness is enough. You are not required to rush just because someone else feels urgency. Healthy connection respects pacing. Don't scroll, because this is where discernment matters. The universe is not testing your attachment. It's honoring your growth. The reason this message is arriving now is because you are no longer the version of yourself that would abandon your peace just to keep a connection alive. You are grounded now. You can listen without losing yourself. You can hear truth without collapsing into it. Listen to this moment closely. Whatever they want to say has been forming for a long time, and when it arrives, you will feel it in your body before you understand it in your mind. Pay attention to that feeling. Calm is alignment. Anxiety is misalignment. Your reaction will tell you more than their words ever could. Don't scroll away from this truth. You are not responsible for fixing what they avoided. You are only responsible for honoring what feels right for you now. This message is for you because you are no longer operating from longing, but from self-respect. And that changes everything. Listen to this carefully. The universe is not reopening wounds. It is closing loops. Whether this conversation happens externally or internally first, it will release something that has been lingering. And release does not always look like reconciliation. Sometimes it looks like understanding arriving so clearly that you no longer wonder, what if? Your heart needs this reminder right now because peace is the goal, not answers that cost you stability. Don't scroll, because this is the emotional cliffhanger meant to hold you steady, not pull you apart. Something wants to be said. Something wants to be acknowledged. But you don't need to chase it. You don't need to fear it. You simply need to stay present, grounded, and honest with yourself. Stay till the end of this feeling. Stay in your body. Stay connected to your intuition. Because whatever comes next is not here to confuse you. It's here to meet you where you are now, not where you were when you were still waiting to be chosen. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what the universe is revealing now is the emotional core behind that urgency, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now even if you're trying to stay composed on the outside. Listen to this carefully. After the silence, after the hesitation, after all the moments that almost happened but didn't, there comes a phase where truth no longer asks politely. It demands to be felt. And that's where your soulmate is right now. They are standing at the edge of something they can no longer ignore, something that has been following them quietly through days and nights, through distractions that didn't distract, through smiles that didn't reach their chest. You may have sensed this shift before it showed itself. A heaviness that lifted suddenly. A calm that felt unfamiliar. A strange peace mixed with alertness. That wasn't random. That was alignment preparing both sides for honesty. Stay till the end, because this is where emotional truth replaces guessing. Your soulmate has reached a point where the version of life they chose without you stopped making sense. Not because it was terrible, but because it was empty of resonance. They tried to convince themselves they were fine. They told themselves time would dull the feeling. But instead of fading, the awareness sharpened. They began to notice how no one else triggered the same depth, the same reflection, the same sense of being seen. And once that awareness arrives, it doesn't go away. Don't scroll away from this truth. When someone feels urgency to talk after a long silence, it's rarely about missing conversation. It's about missing authenticity. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you weren't just a chapter in their life. You were a turning point. Listen to this moment closely. They are realizing now that what they felt with you wasn't comfort, it was awakening. And awakening is uncomfortable for people who were used to staying asleep emotionally. Loving you cracked something open. It forced them to see parts of themselves they avoided. It asked them to grow in ways they weren't prepared for at the time. And instead of rising to meet that growth, they stepped back. But growth delayed doesn't disappear. It waits. And now it's demanding attention. Don't scroll, because this matters deeply. The urgency is not impulsive. It's accumulated. It's the result of months, maybe years, of internal dialogue, of regret surfacing in quiet moments, of comparing everything new to what felt real. And here's the part: your heart needs this right now. Their realization does not invalidate your healing. It does not mean you must reopen doors you closed to survive. It simply confirms what your intuition knew all along. Listen to this carefully. You may feel conflicted energy right now because two things can be true at the same time. They can want to speak urgently, and you can be unsure whether you want to listen. That doesn't make you cold. That makes you conscious. You are no longer operating from emotional hunger. You are operating from self-awareness. And that changes how destiny interacts with you. Don't scroll away from this knowing. The universe is not testing your loyalty to the past. It is honoring your growth. Angel numbers that may appear during this phase are not pushing you toward action, they are grounding you in choice. 222 reminding you to stay balanced. 333 reminding you that you are supported in speaking or staying silent. 444 reminding you that your peace is protected. These signs are not instructions, they are reassurances. Listen to this moment closely. Whatever they want to say has weight because it was delayed. Delayed truth carries gravity. But gravity does not mean obligation. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you are not required to absorb someone else's emotional release at the cost of your own stability. You are allowed to listen slowly. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to respond from clarity instead of urgency. Don't scroll, because this is where discernment becomes sacred. The universe is giving you space to feel into what this conversation represents for you. Is it curiosity? Is it closure? Is it confirmation? Or is it simply an echo that no longer has power over you? Pay attention. Your body will tell you before your mind does. Calm curiosity is alignment. Tight anxiety is not. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate's urgency does not mean the outcome is predetermined. It means a truth wants to be acknowledged. And acknowledgement does not always lead to reunion. Sometimes it leads to release so clean and complete that you finally stop wondering, what if? Your heart needs this reminder right now because clarity is kinder than fantasy. Don't scroll away from this truth. You are no longer the version of yourself that waits by the door emotionally. You are standing in the center of your life now. And anything that approaches you must meet you there, not pull you backward. Listen to this moment. The universe arranged this message to arrive before the conversation so you would not be shaken by it. So you would not confuse urgency with destiny. So you would remember that being wanted urgently is not the same as being chosen consistently. And you are now someone who chooses consistency. Don't scroll, because this is the emotional cliffhanger meant to anchor you, not destabilize you. Something wants to be said. Something wants to surface. But you are no longer afraid of truth. You are grounded enough to hear it without losing yourself. Stay till the end of this feeling. Stay present. Stay connected to your intuition. Because whatever comes next is not here to test your worth. It's here to confirm how much you've grown. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what the universe is unfolding now is the moment after awareness, after urgency, after truth begins to surface, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you're trying to stay emotionally guarded. Listen to this carefully. My child. I see your heart. I see what you feel in this moment. If you feel the urge to give, follow it without fear. Be a blessing today. And support this work through the link in the description. There is always a phase after someone realizes they must speak where the energy between two souls becomes louder than words themselves. You may feel it as a pull that doesn't ask but doesn't let go either. A sense that something is moving toward you whether you invite it or not. That's because when truth is finally ready, it travels through energy before it arrives through conversation. Stay till the end, because this is where the universe teaches you how to receive without surrendering yourself. Your soulmate's urgency has shifted something in the field between you. Not in a chaotic way, but in a clarifying one. You may notice memories surfacing that feel neutral instead of painful. You may feel compassion without longing. You may feel curiosity without attachment. These emotional shifts are not accidental. They are signs that you are no longer operating from the same place you were when silence hurt you. Don't scroll away from this truth. The universe does not bring old energy back to test whether you still want it. It brings it back to show you how much you've changed. Listen to this moment closely. There was a time when their need to talk urgently would have sent your nervous system into overdrive. You would have overanalyzed every word, imagined every outcome, prepared for disappointment before it even arrived. But notice how you feel now. There is awareness, not panic. There is alertness, not desperation. That is growth. Your heart needs this reminder right now because growth doesn't always feel like confidence. Sometimes it feels like calm restraint. Don't scroll, because this is where emotional maturity becomes visible. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. You are evaluating what aligns with you. That shift changes everything. The universe is watching how you hold yourself now, not to judge you, but to mirror back your readiness for something healthier. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate's urgency is not meant to rush you into a decision. It is meant to bring truth into the open so it stops lingering in the shadows. Lingering energy keeps people emotionally tethered. Truth releases or rebuilds, but it always clears the air. And clarity is the greatest form of respect. Your heart needs this reminder right now because clarity, even when it's uncomfortable, is safer than uncertainty that drags on forever. Don't scroll away from this knowing. The reason this conversation feels charged is because it carries consequences, not because it carries danger. Consequences are not punishments. They are outcomes of awareness. If they speak honestly, something will change. If they don't, something has already changed inside you. Either way, movement happens. Listen to this moment. You may feel a subtle boundary forming inside you, not rigid, not closed, but defined. You are no longer emotionally wide open to anything that approaches. You are selectively open. And that selectiveness is wisdom, not fear. Your heart needs this reminder right now because discernment is the language of healed people. Don't scroll, because this is where the universe confirms your protection. Angel numbers appearing now are stabilizers, not accelerators. 222 when you feel emotionally centered instead of reactive. 444 when you instinctively choose peace over curiosity. 333 When you feel supported in speaking your truth or holding your silence. These signs are not telling you what to do. They are telling you that whatever you choose, you are supported. Listen to this carefully. You are allowed to listen without agreeing. You are allowed to understand without reopening doors. You are allowed to acknowledge someone's truth without making it your responsibility. That is emotional sovereignty. And you have earned it. Don't scroll away from this truth. The universe is not asking you to replay the past. It is asking you to meet the present as who you are now, not who you were when you were still hoping silence would turn into effort. Listen to this moment closely. If they speak, you will hear the difference immediately. You will hear whether their words come from accountability or from relief. From growth or from loneliness. From clarity or from confusion. And you won't need to analyze it. Your body will recognize it. Calm curiosity means alignment. Emotional heaviness means misalignment. Trust that. Your heart needs this reminder right now because intuition becomes sharp when healing is integrated. Don't scroll, because this is the subtle but powerful shift most people miss. The urgency you're feeling is no longer pulling you toward them. It's pulling you toward truth. And truth doesn't bind. It frees. Whether that freedom looks like honest conversation, peaceful closure, or a realization that you've already moved on internally, it will not cost you your stability. Listen to this carefully. You are no longer afraid of losing them. You are aware of what you deserve. And awareness dissolves fear. That is why this phase feels quieter but deeper. Less dramatic but more meaningful. Don't scroll away from this knowing. The universe is not setting you up for emotional chaos. It is guiding you into emotional clarity. And clarity always feels like a deep exhale. Like standing firmly in yourself instead of leaning towards someone else. Stay with this energy. Stay present. Stay grounded. Because whatever comes next will meet you where you stand now, not where you once waited. And that difference is everything. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what the universe is opening now is the moment where everything becomes unmistakably clear. And this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you feel steady on the surface. Listen to this carefully. There is a phase after urgency, after awareness, after emotional truth begins knocking, where the soul is asked one final question: are you ready to receive truth without losing yourself? This is that phase. You may feel a strange calm mixed with alertness, like you're standing still while something approaches. That's not anxiety. That's presence. Your soulmate's need to talk has already done its work at an energetic level. It has stirred the field between you, not to pull you back into old patterns, but to reveal how much you've changed. Stay till the end, because this is where the universe shows you who you are now, not who you were when silence hurt. There was a time when their urgency would have felt like oxygen, like validation, like proof that you mattered. But notice how it feels now. There is no rush inside you. There is curiosity, maybe compassion, but not hunger. That shift is everything. Your heart needs this reminder right now because it means you are no longer seeking yourself through someone else's realization. Don't scroll away from this truth. You are standing in your center. Listen to this moment closely. The universe often brings people back to the edge of your awareness, not to reopen the door, but to show you that you no longer live there. Your soulmate's urgency is real, but so is your growth. And growth changes the meaning of everything. What once felt like destiny now feels like information. My child, I see your heart. I see what you feel in this moment. If you feel the urge to give, follow it without fear. Be a blessing today. And support this work through the link in the description. What once felt like longing now feels like understanding. What once felt like waiting now feels like choice. Your heart needs this reminder right now because choice is power. Don't scroll, because this is where emotional sovereignty fully activates. You are no longer emotionally available by default. You are available by alignment. That means you can listen without absorbing. You can care without carrying. You can understand without sacrificing your peace. Listen to this carefully. The universe is not asking you to harden your heart. It's asking you to trust it. To trust the way your body responds. To trust the calm or tension that rises when you imagine the conversation. That response is not random. It is the result of everything you've integrated. Stay with me, don't scroll, because this is where discernment becomes your language. Your soulmate's urgency does not come with entitlement. It comes with vulnerability. But vulnerability does not automatically earn access. It earns honesty. And honesty can be met with many responses, including boundaries. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you are allowed to honor truth without reopening wounds. Listen to this moment. The universe is creating a pause before anything is spoken so you don't react from memory. Memory remembers pain. Presence reads reality. And you are present now. That's why this phase feels slower. Slowness is not delay. Slowness is precision. Don't scroll away from this knowing. There is a reason angel numbers may appear more gently now. 222 when you feel emotionally balanced instead of pulled. 444 when you instinctively choose stability over curiosity. 1111 when you feel aligned with yourself regardless of outcome. These are confirmations that you are no longer waiting for something to happen to feel whole. You are whole already. Your heart needs this reminder right now because wholeness changes how conversations land. Listen to this carefully. Whatever they want to say, it carries their truth, not your responsibility. You are not here to rescue, reassure, or resolve their internal conflict. You are here to witness, decide, and protect what you've built inside yourself. Don't scroll, because this is the line between old cycles and new ones. In the past, you may have felt responsible for holding space even when it cost you. Now, you hold space without self-abandonment. That's evolution. Listen to this moment closely. You may notice that you don't feel the urge to rehearse responses. You don't feel the need to prepare defenses. You don't feel the impulse to rush clarity. That's because clarity already lives in you. The conversation, if it happens, will simply reveal whether their truth aligns with yours. And if it doesn't, you will not collapse. You will remain grounded. Your heart needs this reminder right now because stability is your new baseline. Don't scroll away from this truth. The universe is not dangling hope in front of you. It is offering you closure, confirmation, or conscious reconnection, but only in a form that respects who you are now. This phase is not about rekindling emotion. It's about honoring truth. And truth doesn't always lead to reunion. Sometimes it leads to peaceful separation without unanswered questions. Sometimes it leads to understanding that no longer aches. Sometimes it leads to realizing you've already moved on internally. All of those outcomes are valid. Listen to this carefully. You are not being tested on how much you still care. You are being honored for how well you can care without losing yourself. That is the mark of emotional maturity. Don't scroll, because this is where the narrative changes. The urgency that once felt external now feels internal, but in a different way. Not urgency to respond, but urgency to stay aligned with yourself. And that urgency is healthy. It keeps you from slipping back into old patterns out of familiarity. Your heart needs this reminder right now because familiarity is not destiny. Alignment is. Listen to this moment closely. If they speak, you will hear whether they are speaking from growth or from fear. From accountability or from relief. From clarity or from confusion. And you will not need to analyze it. Your nervous system will respond instantly. Calm means yes. Tightness means no. Trust that response. It is the universe speaking through your body. Don't scroll away from this knowing. You are no longer afraid of hearing the truth because you are no longer afraid of choosing yourself. That's why this phase feels empowered, not overwhelming. The universe is meeting you at your level now. Stay with this energy. Stay present. Stay grounded. Because whatever comes next, whether it's a message, a call, a realization, or simply inner closure, it will not disrupt your peace. It will confirm it. And that confirmation is the real gift. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what the universe is sealing now is not a moment of drama, but a moment of deep resolution, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you feel steady, grounded, and calm on the outside. Listen to this carefully. There is always a final phase in a soulmate story where nothing new needs to be proven, chased, or explained, because truth has already surfaced and settled inside you. This is that phase. The urgency that once felt loud has softened into clarity. The emotional noise that once demanded answers has transformed into quiet knowing. You are no longer standing at the door waiting to see if someone will knock. You are standing inside your own life, aware of your worth, aware of your boundaries, aware of what peace feels like in your body. Stay till the end, because this is where the universe shows you the difference between attachment and alignment. Your soulmate's desire to talk, to reach out, to finally say what was held back, has already fulfilled its purpose by bringing everything into the light. Whether words are exchanged or not, the energy has shifted. And energy always moves before reality follows. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you are not waiting anymore, you are choosing. Listen to this moment closely. There was a time when you would have measured your worth by whether they showed up, by whether they explained themselves, by whether they chose you clearly. But that time has passed. You no longer need external confirmation to feel grounded. You no longer need someone else's realization to validate your experience. The universe didn't bring this story back into your awareness to reopen wounds, it brought it back to show you how healed you are. Don't scroll away from this truth. You are no longer defined by what was left unsaid. You are defined by what you now understand. The urgency that once felt like pressure now feels like information. And information gives you choice. Listen to this carefully. You may feel a deep sense of compassion now, not because you want to return, but because you see clearly. You see their fear. You see their delay. You see their struggle to face themselves. And you also see that it is no longer yours to carry. Compassion without responsibility is freedom. Your heart needs this reminder right now because love does not require self-sacrifice to be real. Don't scroll, because this is where the emotional loop finally closes. The universe is not asking you to respond quickly or decisively. It is asking you to respond honestly to yourself. How does your body feel when you imagine engaging again? Calm or tight? Open or heavy? Curious or drained? That response is not random. It is the clearest language your soul has. Listen to this moment. Calm means alignment. Tightness means misalignment. And there is no moral judgment attached to either. There is only truth. Don't scroll away from this knowing. You are no longer in a place where you have to override your intuition to preserve connection. You are in a place where intuition is your guide, not your obstacle. The universe has watched you learn this slowly, painfully, beautifully. And now, it trusts you to choose yourself without guilt. Your heart needs this reminder right now because choosing yourself does not mean you never cared. It means you care differently now. You care with boundaries. You care with discernment. You care with self-respect. Listen to this carefully. Whatever they wanted to say, whatever urgency drove them toward you, it does not own you. It does not define you. It does not obligate you. You are allowed to receive truth without agreeing to continue the story. You are allowed to acknowledge feelings without reopening chapters you worked hard to close. That is emotional maturity. Don't scroll, because this is where peace becomes permanent. The universe does not complete soulmate lessons with chaos. It completes them with clarity. With a quiet sense of, I understand now. With the ability to look back without longing or resentment. With the strength to move forward without fear of repeating the same patterns. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you are no longer vulnerable in the same way. You are available, but not unprotected. Open, but not exposed. Listen to this moment closely. Angel numbers that may still appear now are not guiding you toward someone else. They are anchoring you within yourself. 222 reminding you that balance lives inside you. For 44 reminding you that you are supported even when you choose peace over curiosity. 1111 reminding you that alignment begins with self-honesty. These signs are not telling you what to do. They are confirming that whatever you choose from this place will be right for you. Don't scroll away from this truth. You have reached the point where you do not need to rush anything. You are no longer reacting to emotional triggers. You are responding from awareness. And awareness creates different outcomes. The universe is no longer testing your endurance. It is responding to your growth. Listen to this carefully. If a conversation happens, it will not shake you. It will inform you. If it doesn't happen, you are not left in suspense. You already have the clarity you need. Either way, you are not losing anything. You are gaining confirmation. Confirmation of how far you've come. Confirmation of what you will never settle for again. Confirmation that your peace matters more than unresolved curiosity. Your heart needs this reminder right now because peace is not boring. Peace is powerful. Don't scroll, because this is the final emotional revelation. The urgency you felt at the beginning of this message was never meant to pull you back into the past. It was meant to bring you fully into the present. To show you that you can stand in truth without collapsing. That you can feel compassion without self-betrayal. That you can listen without losing yourself. That you can walk forward without dragging old stories behind you. Listen to this moment closely. You are not closing your heart. You are refining it. You are making space for a love that does not arrive urgently because it is afraid of losing you, but arrives steadily because it knows it belongs. A love that does not demand immediate attention, but offers consistent presence. A love that does not rush truth, but lives it daily. Your heart needs this reminder right now because that kind of love is what you are aligned with next. Don't scroll away from this knowing. You are no longer in a waiting season. You are in a receiving season. And receiving begins with standing firmly in who you are now. Stay with this energy. Stay grounded in your body. Stay honest with your intuition. Because whatever comes next will not require you to abandon yourself to be chosen. It will meet you where you are, with clarity, respect, and peace. My child. I see your heart. I see what you feel in this moment. If you feel the urge to give, follow it without fear. Be a blessing today. And support this work through the link in the description.